Hi everyone, and welcome to another What's Your Question with Mummy in a Tutu. So this is my vlog series where anyone can ask me a question, and I'll eventually get around to answering it. I did have quite a few to start with, so I'm like slowly working my way through. So you can leave a question for me on this vlog, on any of my other vlogs, or over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're all just / or at Mummy in a Tutu, so feel free to leave me a question. So this vlog's question comes from Ruth over at Elemental Mama, and it's how do you get people to engage with your blog and engage with your blog posts? So it can be quite tricky, really, and it also depends on if you have a niche or not with your blog, because people will tend to respond more and relate more to things, and the more that people relate to it, the more likely they are to engage. One thing that I learned quite early on in blogging is that to try and get or encourage people to comment on your post, you should always try and finish with a question. So, you know, you write your whole post and then at the end, ask them a question like, what would you do? Or how do you deal with it? Or do you have any experience? Or what happened to you? Or please, can you tell me? That kind of thing. And that does actually encourage people to respond, because, you know, it's another way of making them feel like that you're talking directly to them and almost just to them as well. Another reason that I managed to get quite a lot of blog interaction is because I write a lot of posts that are very personal, and they're very, I've been told, very relatable posts. So things to do with parenting, or things to do with my love life, which we all know sucks, or just life in general. And I'm very honest about what I write. I don't hold anything back. And, you know, I put it all out there. And I think because of that, people find that they can relate, they can understand, they've maybe been in the situation, or they've seen someone or know someone very close to them that's been in the situation. And whilst I'm not looking for bucket loads of sympathy or anything like that, it does mean that people do want to offer sympathy or offer support or offer congratulations or something like that. So I think that's another way that it encourages people to, you know, to comment. And as well as that, I think a lot of people might, well, from my experience, I think a lot of people appreciate it when the blogger comments back. You know, they have the option not to know if the blogger's messaged back, because they can tick the box that says, let me know if there's replies. And if they don't tick it, they're not really bothered. But quite a few people do tick that box. So I do try and make sure that I reply. It usually takes me up to 2 weeks to reply, because I'm going through the cycle. And I had a really huge problem with spam a little while back, so that my pending comments were like 4,000, which was ridiculous. But, you know, it takes me about 2 weeks to catch up each time, but I slowly go through and I do actually reply to everyone, even if it's just a thanks, or, you know, thanks for thinking of me, or what a lovely comment, or something like that, because it is nice for us to get comments as well. To start with, my family didn't comment, they just read and they just left, but they started to see other people commenting, and they realised how nice it is if you do comment. Another thing to do is that I think sometimes if people see one comment or two comments, they're kind of encouraged to write their own comment as well. So obviously you can go in things such as Instagram pod groups, you know, Twitter pod groups, YouTube pod groups, Facebook pod groups, where, you know, you drop a link and they like and share, and some of them you have to like, share and comment as well, which means that they do have to read. And then obviously you've got linkies as well. I can't stress enough how important linkies were for me, especially the first 6 months. I don't do as many now as I used to, and sometimes I don't manage any at all in a week. I do run 2 linkies though now, and an Instagram community, which obviously means that I've got people interacting on my posts as well. But then I also still go and read other people's and interact them because of the linkies as well. And I think that if you want to kickstart that commenting, then, you know, get in a pod group or do as many linkies as you possibly can, and then you'll you know, you'll start to build up that readership, you'll start to build up that interaction and that audience as well. You may think, oh, well, they're only reading it because they have to. No, they're not reading it because they have to. If you're not running a linky, people don't have to read your blog post. They are choosing to read your blog post 9 times out of 10 because, you know, it's comment on both the host post and another one of your choice, that kind of thing. Obviously, some of them are post the comment before. But I think a lot more people join in the ones where they can comment on whichever ones they like, which is what you can do on my 2 linkies as well, that I host with Sparkly Becky and Katie from Diary of an Imperfect Mum. And yeah, so I really do think that you should get out there, you know, join in linkies, join in the pods, and also just general social media action is really good. If someone likes your page, likes a post, likes a topic, comments on it, you know, then make sure you comment back, make sure you respond back, make sure that you are present. Because there's no point in people commenting or liking or doing something for your blog on your social media pages or your blog pages and they get no response. You know, it's nice to get a response back. Before I was a blogger and I was just reading bloggers, I used to get really, really excited or happy when a blogger used to respond to me. You know, it was kind of like a celebrity responding to you, that kind of thing, because you just think, oh, wow, they've actually, you know, taken the time to notice that I've noticed them, kind of thing. Yeah, so that would be my how to get people to interact with your blog posts. So join pod groups to kickstart it, go on linkies, make sure you're present on your social media, you know, go and comment on other people's as well, because, you know, that does help too. Make sure you respond to people. And, you know, try finishing your blog post with a question. And once you've written the question, pop below another linky or another message saying, you know, if you've enjoyed this post, you might actually like, and do a link to another post, because that also helps you create backlinks as well, which is really good. So thank you, Ruth from Elemental Mama, for that question. I'm going to pop her details below in the box. So make sure you head over and give her some love and some like as well. And don't forget, if you have any questions for me at all, you can pop them below or on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, / or at Mummy in a Tutu. And don't forget to head over to the blog and, of course, subscribe to me on YouTube. So I'll see you next time. Bye.